So you are James. Welcome back.
Welcome back, William. Well,
I'll let
this is
you
your
start
house,
this
so.
one. I mean, not let you. It is
It
you
is my
do
turn.
start this one.
It's my turn to start it.
Should we start with some energy? Should we give them some energy? Welcome back.
Maybe.
Okay, you do it. Go ahead. Because this is yours.
I'm just adjusting. All right. Welcome back to the Everyman guys.
The Everyman guys.
Guys who are everymen.
Yes.
We are back here for episode 4. We are shooting this on a Monday, not a Thursday.
That is correct.
Some things that allowed us to have to push it to a Monday, but it's all right. We're recording.
Thus is life.
Thus is life. Thusly. But this won't be out for almost 2 weeks, which, whatever.
Yeah, episode 3, you're going to see this coming Thursday.
Yeah, that's a good one. Check that out. I'm starting the topic off this week. Introducing the topic. It is sports. Just in general.
Yeah.
Just in general, just how it affects our lives and how we see sports and, interact with sports and what sports we're fans of. Also, we're going to count the amount of times we say sports. It's a lot.
Also, it's more like how it affected our life growing up.
Yeah.
I think mostly that's what we're going to focus on. And then there was one more thing, Jim.
I'm going to take my gum out.
That's
I feel like that's unprofessional.
It's a little unprofessional. We'll let it slide. You think 4 episodes in, you would know by now, but
I didn't have it in the first 2 episodes.
Tell them what we're going to do at the end, Jim. Because this is your...
and then at the end we will be going over our top 5 favorite sports moments ever.
Philly sports moments.
Philly sports moments. Well, I mean, sports moments are Philly sports moments.
For us, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah. So I get the topic rolling.
Rolling, bud.
I guess what we want to start with probably is our favorite sports. Maybe that's a good way to do it. Maybe what's your number one?
Should we do growing up or current?
Well, here's my thing. I think we should ask
because it's different for me.
I think we should do what we did with hobbies and literally, which is episode 3. And literally I'll say, what's your favorite sport? And then you'll say your favorite sport and explain why it's your favorite.
That sounds good.
You know what I mean? That way we have a structure. And then you ask me and I'll explain why that's my favorite.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So, Will, what is your favorite meal to eat?
Oh.
Curveball.
Curveball.
Sports.
See, there it is.
There it is.
Right now, currently, my favorite sport is basketball. And basketball because, see, I didn't even really get into basketball. I wasn't actually a fan of basketball growing up.
Right.
Basketball was we played it, but it wasn't something that was we played nonstop.
Yeah.
It was just to pass time sort of. And we played every sport growing up, but now it's currently my favorite just because I don't even actually know why. It's just, I just enjoy it so much. I enjoy the skill aspect of it. There's just, if you have enough skill, then you have the ability to beat your opponent without being physically aggressive towards them or harming them in any way.
For the most part.
Yeah,
for the most part.
But I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to explain why you love a sport. You just do, I guess.
Yeah.
But basketball kind of just came. Loving basketball came naturally because, growing up, it was hockey and football, and I still love those sports. But I think a lot of it was growing up in an aggressive lot of brothers family. Yeah. It's you want to play the sports that are kind of brute and rough.
Right.
So it's you enjoy that aspect of it, but as I got older and started playing all the sports, it was I don't know, basketball was hey, you don't get injured as much. Ironically, I had my 2 worst injuries playing basketball.
Playing basketball, yeah.
But I don't know, I love the skill aspect of it.
Right.
It kind of especially now, I'm not about to go play football right now and break my leg because I'm trying to tackle someone. But
right.
So I don't know. I guess basketball is just the skill side of it is kind of what draws me to it. And
Even though when you were a kid, it wasn't
No,
always your
not
favorite.
really.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really play basketball at all.
Yeah.
And we played every other sport. Baseball when it was baseball season, football all year round, hockey nonstop. Hockey was like the number one.
Yeah. Very similar
And
to me.
yeah, soccer sort of from like 6th grade to like 10th grade, and
Yeah.
then that kind of like fizzled out.
Yeah. Well, I think like the people we played sports with, soccer became like a very big thing
Yeah.
right around that age group. So it kind of, you know,
Yeah,
if
definitely.
it hadn't been like the people that we played sports with going over to soccer, you know, like I don't really love soccer
See,
at all, but I think it's enjoyable to play sometimes.
yeah.
You know, the competitive team aspect of it, but you know, it never really
Like soccer is a perfect example where like I feel like with soccer it was like there's definitely a point of soccer where I was like I want to just be the best at it just to be the best at
Just
it.
to be
Like
the
I didn't
best, right.
actually like basketball I got better and better at just because I genuinely loved playing.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Soccer was like I have to be the best because
Right.
it's like you're playing against your peers and you want to be like you want to be the dominant player out there. And I just as you get older you just kind of I don't know maybe not everyone does, but it was like once you find a sport and you like actually genuinely love it because you love it and not just
Right.
oh I can outrun people or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like I don't know, I just kind of lost interest in soccer because of that. Like
Right. Yeah, I get that.
in like football now, like the best kind of football for me is like when you just have like
Watching
3
it.
receivers. Yeah, that's fair. But like 3 receivers and
Yeah.
like you can just like run routes and stuff like that
Right.
where it's like again like skill based.
As a guy who built his career in football on rushing the passer and blocking, I don't love that. But I do.
Yeah,
not
I know,
like
that's
the
what I'm
strain
saying,
It
it's
takes
like
on your body.
Some people view skill in different ways. Like
Yeah.
it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Like you being like rushing the passer all the time, like
Yeah.
that is a skill to you.
Yeah.
And like it's a skill to anyone, but I don't know. I just got lost interest in like
Yeah.
the
No, I know. what you
fact
mean.
of knowing that you could get
the
hurt
brutal,
at any
the brutal
at any
punishment
minute.
side of it kind of lost its effect after you're not a kid anymore.
I
and
know.
twisting your ankle doesn't really stop you.
Like I'm sure it was the same for you. Like me and my 3 brothers that were around my age, it was just like go out on the trampoline and play rumble fumble for just
Oh, yeah.
hours at a time because it was just like being rough in general
Yeah.
was like
Was the,
so
We used to play-
awesome.
We used to play Cowboys and Indians in our basement and would set up chairs and turn off the lights and like just jump across at each
Yeah.
other. Not
Yeah.
care who died, what happened, who got stabbed. Like I got stabbed with a Lego up my nose one time because we were playing fist fights.
Dude, once
Cowboy fist fights.
you get hurt really bad, it's just like and then you get hurt
yeah.
really bad again.
At an older age though.
Yeah.
Like when you're younger
Yes.
and you like hurt your knee, it's like, oh crap, I can't play for like a week.
Yeah.
Like I remember twisting my ankle playing hockey. I don't know what it was, but you know, I turned real fast and
Yeah.
my ankle just twisted. And that really hurt, but I wasn't out that long. But then like playing soccer the last 2 years, like I literally stepped in a bit of a ditch and like my knees started to get sore. And then the next day I was like, I could die. I could die from this.
You know what?
And I'm only 22,
I know.
23.
I know. Literally, that's how it was when I did whatever I did to my ankle. Probably sprained it
Yeah.
twice within like 2 months.
Right.
And then the second time I was like, yeah, it's definitely broken. And it like that was just like the worst pain I've ever
Yeah.
experienced. And it was just
Thankfully, I haven't had that many sports injuries. I mean, my shins are forever destroyed from playing hockey without shin
permanent
guards.
dents. I
Permanent
know.
dents.
Same.
Well, that's out front of like we would play out front of our house and like you use a hockey ball, but still just like
yeah.
slap shot it off your thigh.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're all right. Get up. And it's like, yeah, I am all right, but it hurt a lot, and I'm dying. But yes, get up.
Well, on top of it, the last thing I'll add in is like when you're younger. Well, when I was younger,
Yeah.
it was sports was everything.
Right.
So it was just like
Yeah.
to be the best at every sport was the goal. And now it's like you slowly
Yeah.
get into more things, and you're interested in stuff other than just sports.
You start to just put
It's
your
like
once you get interested in other stuff, you start to just put your interest into one main sport and then
Mhm.
try and like, the other ones are there, but you're not as into them as
yeah, and you're not as willing to get hurt.
right. So what
Like-
you're saying is you want to be the very best.
I
Like
want
no
to
man
be. Yes,
ever was.
exactly. So I'll take this break right now to say, Jim,
Yes.
what is your favorite sport?
What is my favorite sport? That would be hard to say because I would say yes.
That
I would say right
he's
now.
wearing a Phillies hat.
Right now at different areas of my life, it was baseball for sure. It is baseball right now. But growing up in the family I grew up in, hockey is everything, and I love hockey. Hockey is a close second. But baseball to me, like you said, with like brute sports,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I love about hockey. But I love the game of baseball just because it's just like it looks pretty simple, but in reality, it's probably one of the most complicated sports, and it's one of the hardest sports. And it's just I love watching. I could watch an entire like people are like I can't watch an entire baseball. I can watch an entire baseball game every night of the week, all the time, all 9 innings, and I wouldn't care. I love it. I love the sport. I love the atmosphere around it. I just it's my favorite. I grew up. My first playing baseball was in school. So learning, so like it was hockey the whole time, and then me and my friend just started when we started playing in school. We were both hockey fans, and then we were like, I really like baseball, and then I started to get better at baseball, and I was like, I really really like baseball, and I love playing the outfield. You know, it gets boring sometimes, but like for me, I don't. Nothing really beats the rush of like getting a hit or tracking down a fly ball or whatever. Like it just to me that's it's hard to explain because like it's like hockey is like, and I love hockey is the fast pace, quick adrenaline. Like you said, like the skill, but like I like it. I can't really explain it really why I love it more, but
I know it is. It's a hard thing to explain.
but it's just there. You know what I mean? Like
It's
it'd be hard for me to decide between the two. If you just said like maybe playing, I would rather play hockey.
that shocks me.
But
I would have guessed the opposite, that it
Really?
was play baseball and watch hockey.
No, I would
If
say
I had to guess.
for sure it would be because I love every aspect of the game. I love the pitching matchups. I love the pitcher, like what he has to go through in his mental state, to set up and be able to throw freaking 94 miles an hour and then throw 78 miles an hour and a ball literally just goes, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's unexplainable sometimes. And I love the in and outs of a batter trying to guess. I would say that watching baseball, I find way more not way more, but more entertaining than watching hockey.
Yeah.
But playing hockey, I would say, is more obviously it's more energetic, more fast paced than baseball. So I would have to give the edge to hockey and playing. But I would say, yeah, any given day it could change.
I know.
But it's hard to pick one.
Yeah,
one
and
that
it was
is-
like growing up, like I said, we played every
Yeah.
sport and we played baseball like crazy. But it was just like it was more like whatever. I'm sure there's a ton of like younger kids out there now that could like very much relate to this, but it was just like whatever season it was,
Oh yeah,
that was the sport that you
the sport,
played.
Yep.
and like that was very much how it was for us.
Yeah.
But then we kind of like played hockey all year round
Yeah.
and focused on that.
In summer you'd play roller hockey, in the winter you'd play ice hockey, and no, there's football, but like not really very much in the summer.
Have
I
you
don't
had
know.
any bad injuries playing hockey?
Yeah.
What
Like I
was
said,
like
my
the worst
twisted ankle
that you can remember?
was bad. That was maybe my worst, but it wasn't like I took a puck off the hand one time and that really hurt. Most of it is like right here.
Most
my
of it
knees.
is roller hockey, not wearing shin pads.
Well, yeah, and I took a lot of shots off my knee. And the one time playing, me and one of the skaters went knee to knee on my right knee, and I like even now my knees bother me from time to time, and it's just from not we're playing with a puck, playing roller hockey, and people just shoot it. You know what I mean? And like I do the same, but like the one time I played, I think the worst pain I felt was somebody took a shot from the point and stupidly I blocked it.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck my leg out to block it and hit directly off my shin. And I literally had to have somebody wheel me off to the bench.
Yeah.
Sat there for 10, 15 minutes. You know, did the there you go.
Put me back in, coach.
Within 2 minutes, hit off the exact same spot. And I almost
that's the way
the exact same spot, almost the exact same instance, because my muscle memory was just like, oh, that's going to the net.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Kill you. Just dive. Put your face in front of it and lose every tooth you have.
Take it for the team.
And like that was my mindset playing hockey. So it was like, it just wasn't. But I'm still walking. So
I would say the worst injury that I had playing hockey was when we were playing roller hockey. I don't know if you were there or not, but I was coming down the court and my foot got stuck in the crack.
Yeah,
that stupid crack.
We played.
Some people out there know what we're talking about, but my skate got stuck in the crack.
Mm-hmm.
Face smack right on the concrete.
I remember that.
My whole eyebrow. I still have a scar from it.
Yeah.
My whole eyebrow busted.
I remember because I finally convinced you to go play roller hockey with us, and you go, boom, and I was like, I feel really bad.
Dude, that's not even the one that I'm talking about.
No?
I forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
you remember that one?
That wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah,
the one that I'm talking about, that was like my face.
Yeah.
That was like my cheekbone.
Right.
But the one that I'm talking about was like years ago.
Okay.
And that was when I hit straight on my corner of my eyebrow and it just like busted it.
Wow. Yeah,
but dude, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And well, I would say
like, I'll come play, and then foot got stuck in the crack again. It's stupid.
Well, I would say that actually the one that's maybe not hurt the most, but was the scariest was playing roller hockey. I was just maybe 2 years ago. This is probably why I forgot about it, because I was started to skate. It was a quick turnaround, and I just turned and started booking it up the court as fast as I could. And as I was turning, I didn't realize that another player was coming across to sub, and I ran into them and went flying backwards. And this is on concrete, but I didn't hit the ground. Someone else was skating behind me, and their skate kicked my head, and they smashed my head on the concrete, and I blacked out for 10 seconds, and then I woke up and I was like, I have no idea where. Like I couldn't for a second. It took me a little bit to remember where I was, and then like the lights, I couldn't even focus because the lights were like, it was rough.
See, those are the kind of injuries. Those are the kind of injuries that I'm talking about. That it was like, I just have zero desire to
just
Like I have other things that I'm interested in. I just don't care enough anymore to
do it. Yeah.
Like basketball, I'll still play that because I love playing, but like hockey and football, especially like tackle football, it's just not worth it for me anymore.
I will go play hockey in a heartbeat if I was asked, but I would definitely not take it as seriously as I did before.
Yeah.
And I my family will go up and just play like 2-on-2 with the goalie or like 1-on-1, you know what I mean? Them just play like that. Whatever, it's fine.
Okay, so welcome back. We had a minor break.
Yeah, the recorder ran out of batteries.
Yeah, it wasn't Jim needing to use the bathroom.
Nope.
So Jim, how about we start to move into our top 5 Philly sports moments? We did this. Not that long ago, so this should be easy to remember. I didn't prepare anything because I sort of remember.
The thing is, it's the ones that are the frontmost of my mind. Like the ones that just stick, and for some reason, all of them are Phillies. No, I have a lot.
How about we do like top 5, like not in any particular order?
No, I think that's the best call.
Is that the best?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they're all amazing. When you get
or
down to nitty-gritty.
you probably know what your number 1 is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we both know what our number 1s are.
Do you want to go first? I think you should go first.
Number 5.
Sure, number 5.
Number 5.
I have
Good
no
old
idea.
number 5.
You know, the one after 4.
The one before 6. I would say that it would be definitely.
Right. Same here.
There's a lot. There's a lot. I would say Harper's home run in the World Series this year against the Astros is number 5.
That's number 5.
I was at the game.
We
I was watching
collectively were at the game.
We were together at the game with Trev. And it was unbelievable. And if I was just live moment, that would be number 1. But
absolutely.
That would be
that whole
absolutely
game in
number
general
one.
was number 1
for sure. But
that was
in this particular sense, for what it meant to me, it's top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
I think I remember when we did this before, we actually wrote them all down, but I thought it would be cool to kind of like just go off the rip.
I agree.
And just like kind of like wing it, but
go off the rip.
I know that was out of left field for me. I've never said that before.
You don't say that.
I'm not cool. I would say number 5 is. I feel like I can remember putting this as my number 5, but Deshaun Jackson's punt return for a touchdown against the Giants. That was they came back in that game. I can't remember full absolute details of the game, but I just remember getting home.
I remember
in the game was like they were getting ready to punt the ball, and just witnessing that and the call and everything, and it was like around Christmas time.
Not even to mention that it's we're bringing it up on a Monday right after the Giants absolutely get stomped.
That was beautiful. Not only that, Dallas's loss was
losing
rather beautiful.
Let's just put that as our number 1.
Dallas losing
2 years in a row to the Niners on very stupid plays to end games.
Well,
that's tops.
What did you want them to do? Throw it onto the sideline?
What did you want Schultz to do? Not step out of bounds like on an easy just grab it and fall kind of catch?
All right.
Man.
So number 5 is Deshaun Jackson's punt return against the Giants to win it.
Number 4 for me would definitely be, I would say Philly.
That's solid.
That we were here, watching the Super Bowl. We watched every game here, and that was one of the most. What are they doing here? Going for it on 4th down right before the half. And
to be fair, we all wanted them to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. But just thinking, what are you going to do? And then not only going it on 4th down in your own territory in the Super Bowl, but to throw it to your quarterback.
Dude, the whole time as the play's happening, literally we're just like, huh, and then, huh, and then they
was
scored.
A snap to Clement, a throw to Trey Burton, and a throw
to Nick
Foles in the end zone. After, not even to mention the cherry on top of this wonderful Philly Sunday, them winning the Super Bowl, but that Tom Brady dropped the one earlier in the game.
That could have been the original Philly.
Yes. That just made it so much sweeter. And they ended up winning the game and they won the Super Bowl.
And then that's like the play that everyone looks back on now.
Yeah, that's the Super Bowl. If you say what's your favorite play, that's you just saying that's how the Super Bowl is your favorite play.
And even people that aren't Eagles fans, I would say mostly people, is like that's the play they all remember.
Oh, definitely. Definitely from that Super Bowl, yeah. That or Brandon Graham's strip sack.
I would say my number 4, and I'm trying to like get I'm going to use another big word, cohesive group.
I would say rip isn't a
Philly
big word.
It's like a new word for me though. Cohesive group of a well-rounded Philly sports top 5. So my number 4, I'm going to say Mike Richards' goal against the Canadians in the playoffs.
I knew you were going to say it, so I didn't need to say it because that might
so
to be top 5. I
that
need to
play,
rethink my life.
I'm going to need 15 to 25 minutes.
I need to rework some things.
So just
I can't even.
All right, so the reason it's special, obviously, is because of the play itself. But it was just like I can remember where we were. I can remember where I was sitting,
Yes.
and this was like
what I did
years
after
ago,
that.
and it was just like
It was
the whole
2010.
time we were just completely blown away. Like, did that really just happen?
Because it was a
And
tough series against the Canadians.
He just goalie comes out his net about like 20 feet, 25
right
feet,
before the blue line, about 5 feet from the blue line.
dives for the puck. Mike Richards goes for the puck. He goes flying over top of him, falls, gets back up, regains control, and then scores.
The puck shot down the other end. Halak way out of his net.
Flyers. I didn't even do this on purpose.
I know.
High
You
five.
didn't.
Yes.
It pinballs to the crease. Go look it up.
Yeah.
Just
up
go
on
look it up.
YouTube. Look
Mike
it up on
Richards-
here after you follow,
Yes.
after you
And-
subscribe to the Everyman
and
guys.
And Mike Richards' goal against the Canadians. Do it now.
Number 4, Jim.
No, number 3. You just did number 4.
No, you do your number 4.
I did my number 4.
I'm
It
sorry.
was Philly.
I'm not paying attention.
You used rip and cohesive, and now
I know,
you're just
and
dumb.
now I just forget
Now you're
everything
dumb.
else.
You used all
I
your
just forget
freak
all the
power.
normal stuff now. All I can think of is ripping cohesively.
That's kind of what I did in our break.
Why would you? Number 3, bud.
Number 3.
I can't
It
wait till
kinda
we get to
was.
number 2.
It was kind of. It was a blend. We're gonna need to cut this. My number 3, top 5 Philly sports moments, if that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, we can call it that.
Unfortunately, I don't have any Sixers because I don't like basketball and I don't
There
care.
hasn't really been enough big moments in
Sorry.
that we can remember.
That we can
Everyone
remember,
calm
yeah.
down.
Iverson stepping over. What's his name?
Yeah.
That is iconic.
I think I was like
Ty Lue.
crawling on my hands and knees playing
Same.
trucks at the time.
Same.
So
Yeah. So I would say that number 3 is going to be probably Reese Hoskins' home run in Game 3 of the Division Series this year. I know everyone's gonna be like, "Would you just get into sports this year?" And yeah, kind of, but no.
no, it's
Listen,
just fresh
here's
on
what
the
I'll
brain.
say and about baseball. This kind of goes back to our earlier topic. I have been a Phillies fan. I've been a Flyers fan and a Phillies fan most of all. Right?
Yeah, more than any other.
More than
sports.
any other sport. Eagles, I love the Eagles, but I didn't love them as much earlier on. It's kind of, Dayton Gnome, she was a big Eagles fan, so I kind of got into the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Phillies and the Flyers, number 1 and 2. I'm not going to put either one of them
That's
in either
fair.
spot because they're both my favorite. But for 11 years,
Go ahead, Jim.
for 11 years, the Phillies did not make the playoffs.
Tell them.
Did nothing.
Tell them.
Did nothing. They just were suck. They were suck.
They were.
Suck. So I would talk to my friends every year. Will not so
This
much
is
because he
true.
wasn't as big of a Phillies fan, but
This
I would
is
try
true.
to get him on board.
But I heard about it.
But me and specific people who were also Phillies believers every year
Tell them.
were like, hey, this could be our year.
This is true.
We believed every year. And then this year, our belief paid off. So that is why my top 5 is filled with Phillies moments. There's going to be another one too. Just get that, buckle up, get ready because
They
it's
know,
coming.
Jim.
It's coming right down into your face. And it's
Directly
gonna
inserted
be,
into your face.
It's going to be wild
Dang.
when it happens because you're not going to be expecting it. Oh, you can't.
I don't even
yeah,
know
I
if I'm
can.
expecting it.
Can't be.
I think I'm.
I don't think
a
you
little
can. But
scared
Reese
if I'm
Hoskins'
being
home run in the
honest.
National League Division Series has
I-
got to be
listen.
one of the most, because literally we were at camping.
Yes.
I'll set the
Te-
stage.
set-
I'll set the scene.
Set the scene.
Sorry,
Tell
I
'em
didn't
what
mean to
happened.
yell over you.
It's okay. Listen. I'm just here.
Listen.
I'm just listening.
This is my
I'm
podcast.
just happy
Look at
to
me.
be
Look at
included.
me. This is my podcast now. No, listen.
Yes,
we
Papa.
were at camping. We were going for a walk to see cows. And
Not
It
a
was
walk,
earlier in
not
the
a
game.
walk with sea cows. We
yes,
were going for a walk
to
to
sea cows. Yes, we're not with 2 sea cows.
Not with more than one, but less than 3
Yes.
cows. You get it.
There were no more than 16
We were looking at
cows in
cows.
the field.
It's not,
They were taking
just tell
pictures.
them.
They
the cows
into
weren't taking
photography.
pictures. It
No.
was us.
Yeah.
We were. Hold on. Here's
With-
what happened.
with
We
lots
were
of people.
taking. We and 2 other sea cows were taking.
Our story
We're
is lost in
taking
tracks.
photos with other sea cows.
Yes.
And then Hoskins hit a bomb.
Listen.
And we were camping.
We were camping and we went for this walk. And earlier, Will goes, I'm gonna throw you under the bus a little bit. Will says, Hoskins really doesn't do it for me. And for a while before Harper, Hoskins was my favorite player. And Hoskins is still one of my favorite players.
Rightfully so.
Schwarber is my favorite player now. I'm wearing a shirt. But we were standing in the road and they walked Schwarber to get to Hoskins. And I said, here's Hoskins' redemption. And we were standing on the side of a road while people were taking pictures of cows. And there were 3-4 people gathered around me and my small phone. And literally the first pitch, the call goes, fastball hit to left. And I just yelled in Will's ear, but that's how I heard it.
And their ear.
And he destroyed that ball. And my face melted and I jumped up in the air. I almost got hit by 2 cars.
He actually did.
I did. I ran down down the street around this farm, yelling and screaming. People probably were
car just smacked.
Just almost killed me. But
No,
I would have been fine with that because that was the most amazing thing that I've ever seen, and it was incredible and it was amazing. And I don't think I have to really explain anymore. If you're a Philly fan, you know.
I can't wait to see what you do for your number 1.
Things will happen. Not to spoil it.
All right. Well, there's no possible way my number 3 is going to live up to yours, but
It could.
I would say my number 3 is the Phillies 2008 World Series win, and
Just collectively.
yeah, like collectively, like for obvious reasons. I mean, they won the World Series, but like that was in like every Phillies fan, I feel like, could say this.
Mhm.
I mean, it's around my age that it was like that was the prime of your Phillies fandom. But
Right.
it was in 2008. I am 24 right now, so I would have been 8 years old.
No, I would have been 8. So
I would have been
like
10.
Yeah.
So I was 10 at the time, and I remember
math, though.
me and some of my other family was at home listening to it. We had just got back from church. And we were listening to it, and the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out.
Harry
Callis with the call, and it was just like you're like kind of like the Phillies team. Yeah, I mean, at that age, it was just like you knew every player. You were playing the video game, and it's like the Phillies team that just last year, like. This is the first time that I've known every player and understood who was, say, up and coming and who was like an absolute stud and who was like the funniest, who was like this. And it was just like you knew everything about the players. And like
it's funny that all those were Schwarber.
Yeah, that's odd that it was all one player. Yeah. But like it was just, I don't know, just the team in general was like, you can remember every single player, and it was like definitely. You can remember the guys that came in and pinch hit and like made a play, and just I think at the time it was like being that age, like a championship, like is like you already don't have a care in the world because you're like don't have any responsibility or anything at that age, but like a championship at that time is just all just pure joy, and it's just an awesome time.
Oh yeah,
to where like now it's like emotional if they win. It's like, oh, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Yeah.
So I would say, the 2008 World Series championship title would be my number 3. And that's when you hear my number 2, it might seem like off, but I think it's just an age thing.
No, I hear you. I think if I was a top 10, I definitely would have that in there.
I'm absolutely blown away it's not in your top 3.
Here's the thing. In 2008, I was 8.
That's fair.
So it was a huge deal to me. But at the time, I was more of a Flyers fan, I think.
Yeah.
So because my family was more of a Flyers family. So like I loved it and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. And I remember it very clearly. the Dodgers series especially. Remember that, like
Matt Stairs
crystal
hitting
clear.
the ball into outer space.
Yes, and that was amazing. But I just think right now, if I think about it, I think more so what I'm doing with this list is more like the ones that like hit me in my soul.
Yeah, and
And
that
like
you don't
my-
have to really think about.
Yeah,
It's kinda
exactly.
just
Like if I
you
need to go get pumped up about a Philly sports moment, I would say that these 5 are like the ones that I go to.
Yeah.
And the Mike Richards goal, which are in my
Yes.
top 5. But that is one that I go to and I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because for me, my top 2, my 2 is a tie. Because here's the issue.
Oh my gosh.
It's 2 Flyers memories.
Really?
Because the issue was, 1 was my top moment and then 2 was my second. Like I would always interchange them because I couldn't remember. I couldn't really pick one as my favorite. But then this year, something happened that was more miraculous than either of them.
This year, it made your top 5.
It made my number 1. You know what it is. Not this year, like 2022.
Wait,
my apologies.
Flyers?
Not Flyers. Flyers is not my number 1. Flyers tied for 2. For a while before this
year, I thought you were saying something.
No, not this year. Not this
they
year.
must have became a different team, moved to another state.
They are.
I don't know.
They're up and coming right now, but
I understand that,
yes,
but nothing
no,
worthy
definitely.
of a top
No,
5.
no. I'm tying 2 Flyers moments and 2
That's okay.
for my
I
number
see
1
you're
to
saying.
be what my number 1 is. And those 2 moments are coming back against Boston down 3-0. Now you talk about 2008.
See,
being
this is why we need to do this again.
2010 and 2012
The
are my
series
all-time
against
the
the Penguins was disgusting.
in 2012 and to series in 2010 against Boston were the 2 greatest series. Were 2 of the greatest series of my life.
And
They were
of
amazing.
NHL history.
Of NHL history. They were the Flyers being down 3-0 against Boston to then come back.
James Van freaking Riemsdyk.
Freaking Reams like Simone Gagne. Boosh.
Danny Briere.
Briere. All these guys
Dude,
contributed
Peter
to one of the
Laviolette
great.
standing up on the
Yes.
boards yelling over at
That was 2012. That Penguin series was miraculous. And inside that Penguin series was the Claude Giroux shift.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That
could be my top 5.
I am swapping
all
right
time.
now. I don't care. That Penguin series takes the place of Mike Richards' goal.
Yes.
Okay? If anyone has a problem with it,
It's
I
okay.
don't care.
It's okay. It's fine. It's your list. People who get mad at this list are going to really have issues because we don't care that much.
I know.
This is our list. But yeah.
Yes.
Those moments
That's very hard
will
to beat.
live in infamy in my brain forever. I mean, they all ended sadly because it's Philly and it's the Flyers.
And they didn't win the cup. But they
Both
made it
times.
to the cup.
In 2010 they did, but in 2012 they didn't. But beating the Penguins was kind of just as good as a cup. I
Yes.
tell myself at night when I cry myself to sleep knowing that they lost to the New Jersey Devils. But
All right.
those top 2.
I agree with you, and I would
You
swap
appreciate
them
the
out.
fact that I did
Genuinely.
tied it 2.
Yeah, because I think it's fair because it was 2 playoff series.
Yeah, that were almost the exact same feeling.
Yes, pretty much the exact same.
Yeah.
So I would say my number 2 is Bryce Harper's bomb against the Padres. It's gotta be.
I don't even know if that's on my list.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. And here is why. Because, and that's pretty much it. No, it's because here's why, Jim. All right, settle down.
I'm hearing. I'm listening.
Here's
Every
why.
word
Because
with bated breath.
Because I literally since 2008 did not care about the Phillies at all.
Right.
I'm okay with being you only got on because of the run. Yeah, no duh.
I would say you were on earlier than
I
the run.
was. I followed half the season. I watched the opening day and then scattered through that. And then once they hit mid-season, I was watching pretty consistently
Yes,
and
definitely.
following them.
Definitely.
So then once they made the playoffs, I was like, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I picked a good year to kind of keep up with it. And then I was like, and then they played the
did you
Cardinal
know?
series, and we watched it with Ian and Jake and Jeff. And we watched the Cardinal series, and then they won that. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is like 2008 feels. And then they went on, and I'm like, all right, well, that was
And they
awesome. Like
danced
at
on
least
their
we
own.
enjoy it. And then they beat the Braves, and I was just like, this is
The
insane.
way they beat the Braves too.
I was like, this is just insane.
Yeah.
And then in the Padres series, it was just like the whole build up to that home run was like my rejuvenation to becoming a hardcore Phillies fan again. And then Harper's bomb, literally before it happened, I looked over to the human that was on my right, and I was just like, this is either going to be really good or really bad. And then he did it, and I was just like, did that really just happen? And that happening, like, completely just, I was like,
I'm kind of
yes.
getting like a little bit emotional.
I was just like, yes, because like I said, I did come on just this year, to be fair. Like, I was a Phillies fan my entire life.
Right.
And then it was just like after 2011, it was just like,
They're just not that
I just
good.
don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather do something else than follow
Yep.
the Phillies right now because they're terrible.
Yeah.
And if that makes me not a hardcore fan, that's what
Yeah.
I am.
I don't
Like,
think anybody can say that they followed them consistently from 2000.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are people, but like that were like hardcore, like
Yeah.
every game. There are seasons, that were just like, yeah, I'm now going into this season we suck,
right. And
and I don't think that's
and
a
then
bad thing.
just the home run itself, yes, obviously was amazing, but it was just like it wasn't. And like, I don't mean for it to be like a documentary about Bryce Harper's home run, but like
Which we
it
should
wasn't
do.
just a home run. Like it was just an entire buildup of like a reminder that like now I'm looking forward to the Phillies next year, and like I haven't said that since 2010. And like that is why that is my number 2.
So my number one,
Is when Shane Victorino hit a grand slam.
that was amazing. But my number one, even though you had it as your number 2,
I knew it was going to be your number 1. I should just let you go first.
and it's not even.
I'll get this right.
It's okay because I had a completely different feel on it as you did. So
Yeah, because you were actually following the Phillies for all those years.
right. So in the span of, take this year out of consideration, in the span of many years in Philly, free agents have not done much. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been a big free agent signing that you can go, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It usually is homegrown talent. The Eagles Super Bowl was kind of, Alshon Jeffrey, but like
Yeah.
it was mostly Wentz and Foles and the defensive line, you know what I mean? And the defense, which
And
was
just our
homegrown.
system.
And just our system.
Yeah.
The Phillies have never really gone out and spent big on like names that you were like, oh, they're like Bryce Harper is a future Hall of Famer. When he retires, he will be in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was first signed in his first year here, he was not very good. He was good. Like he was great, but not the all-star superstar level he was meant to be at.
Mm-hmm.
The second year he was here, which was unfortunately the 2020 year, was, again, it wasn't great. It was just it was a crappy year for everybody. So like, I'm not even.
Oh, yeah.
So 2021, he wins the National League MVP on an amazing second half of the year run. Wins the MVP. We go into this year, and there are still people that I talk to that go, I don't think he was worth all that money. Now, if you're going to get down to the nitty gritty of money and what it means, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yes, he's overpaid because who needs that much money? It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But let's put that aside and look at the grand scheme of the MLB.
Sunset.
If you doubted him as a player, leading up to that moment, I had family members telling me that he wasn't that good, that he wasn't all that. And I was sitting in front of said family members when he came up, and they were all kind of like, oh, I don't know. Why did we pay him enough? Is this going to work out? Is it? And he hits that ball. And the second it left his bat and I saw him look at it, I stood up and said, he is the GOAT. the greatest of all time, the greatest Philly player of all time, just the greatest. You can come at me. I will fight you ferociously, but he is the greatest Philly athlete of all time. Okay. So that is and being in organization, watching the organization that has failed so much over the last 11 years, seeing them suck so bad, seeing every moment just be ripped away from heartbreak to heartbreak of just them missing the playoffs, every September collapse, all of this, to see that home run and them get to the World Series on that home run. Before that, they scored, the Padres scored on wild pitches, and I'm like, this is how this goes. This is the Phillies' downfall. But I told myself, no, Bryce Harper's up in the next inning.
And
that's why it's number one, because it was just unbelievably amazing. And again, you can come fight me.
And again, it wasn't just that home run. And that's what makes a sports moment.
Yes.
Is kind of everything that was involved.
Yes,
in
the storyline.
Exactly.
Being the first 6 seed, everyone going, oh, they're going to get destroyed by the Cardinals. Oh, well, they didn't do that. Oh, they're going to get destroyed by the Braves. Well, the Braves didn't do that. Well, they're going to get destroyed by the Padres. Psych!
Yeah.
Only to get beat by the Astros, but the Astros are a good team, and they cheat. But still, they didn't cheat this year. Sorry. You're number one. You have the floor.
My number one is, you want to take a shot at it?
I don't know.
Eagles Super Bowl
in 2004?
2018. Banking off the incredible 2017 season. And pretty much exactly what you just said about the Phillies. The Eagles were my heart and soul growing up. And getting to witness that at this age.
Yeah.
Or the age that I was at. Holy cow, it was 2018.
5 years ago.
That's disgusting.
5 years ago.
That was just... I literally turned and Ian was there right there and we were both just crying because it was so awesome. And
yes,
it was just every year when Andy Reid was their coach, it was just they would make the playoffs. That was pretty much guaranteed.
Right.
And growing up, it was just you were whatever, you just kind of get over it. And then it's well, next year. Well, next year. And it was kind of different than the Phillies in the way that you knew they were going to make the playoffs. You knew they were going to be a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally here and there, they were just,
you had hope
just bad.
Years.
But just the whole run, it was just like Carson Wentz. I was the biggest Carson Wentz fan there was. Supported him even when he went to the Colts.
Yep.
And it was just he went down, and I remember just slouching so far in my chair after that play where he got crunched in between the two Rams players and thinking, are you kidding? The year that he was going to beat Tom Brady for MVP, and I won't be convinced otherwise.
He would have.
And it was just I was I can't believe that this would happen. Of all years for their quarterback to get hurt. And then Nikki Sixx just comes out of nowhere and just absolutely dominates. And watching them in the going into the Super Bowl, I was unbelievably nervous, but in my head, I'm it
was Tom Brady and the Patriots against.
Yeah. There's literally.
That's the only thing that was scary.
There's no way we're going to lose.
Yeah.
And when they come out of the tunnel to Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares, and then the Patriots come out to Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, I'm who do you think? Who do you think's about to dominate this game?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just the season in general, and then just you remember all your childhood memories of coming up to it, because at least the Phillies had a midpoint break at 2008 where they did win
it. Yeah, they won it, and they were dominant for
and
a few
then
years
for them to even do it against the Patriots, I don't remember the 2004 Super Bowl very well at all, but
remember people talking about
Yeah.
it, but other than that, I don't.
And like to do it against the Patriots, to do it against Tom Brady was just like, I don't think that there could really, I don't know that anything could top that for me just because I'm not like the Eagles are my number one. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. I love all the other teams. Like I
Right.
love the Sixers, love the Phillies, love the Flyers. But
Yeah, it's
but
the
like
Eagles.
there's nothing that could really top that because that's the holy grail.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I mean, I'm sure that there will come something that could
Yeah,
possibly
let's
top
hope.
it, but
Phillies.
like maybe
2023.
something that's bigger than sports that
Yeah.
happens in sports.
Yeah.
But like as far as like sports standards go, like I don't know that there's anything that really could top that.
And I understand that, and I wish it was in my top 5. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
because I wasn't as big an Eagles fan as you were, but that was amazing. Being
Yeah,
a part
like,
of
just-
that,
just
I guess
getting
it
to
just
witness
because it
it.
didn't mean as much to me, but it was unbelievable
Yeah.
to watch that season and to see to witness that Super Bowl was amazing. Yeah.
All right, James. Well, I appreciate. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you take us out on this one because.
Like shoot us?
Are you going to kill us?
Are you going to kill us, Holmes? No, yeah, I will. We are dropping this next Thursday, not this Thursday.
Not this coming Thursday.
But they don't know that. They literally were gonna drop it on Thursday. They were like, so this.
They'd be like, "Cool, I don't care.
Well,
I'm
it's
just gonna
here
watch
now.
it when it's on YouTube."
It's here now. Yeah.
you
No,
guys don't care.
last week's episode, make sure you check that out. That was
That was
hobbies.
a very good
It
one.
was a good one.
If that's okay for us to say, like it was a good one. It was better than the second episode.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, but the second episode was really good.
And
You
the
should
first
listen to
episode was
it.
really
And
good.
the first one was good.
We're gonna look back on these, I'm sure, and go,
Yeah.
But we're doing this.
You know what we're
We're
doing
trying
right now?
it.
We're figuring it
We're
out,
figuring it out.
and it feels right. It feels good.
Reunited, and
I'm
it feels
most
so
excited-
good.
Now we're
Now
gonna
let's
get.
copyrighted. I
Now
know.
we're gonna get.
And that's
thrown into
not going to
prison.
feel so good. If we didn't get copyrighted for the Pokemon, we're definitely going to get copyrighted for this.
But we're figuring it out. Like we have ideas for like lighting and ideas for
Better sound equipment.
better. Not.
Better sound recording equipment.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes. He's right.
Yes, I am right.
And
Usually I am
like
right.
the idea of like trying to get to the point, like the idea of like if we have our mics and we have our camera, we can really do it anywhere
Yeah.
is awesome. But like the idea that we can like kind of like grow and like build up the set more and like start reaching out for like Q&As is like it's
Having
exciting.
guests. We're going to start.
Very
we're going to
exciting.
start. Getting more professional, getting more, used to. We talk all the time, so it's easy enough to get a conversation going. But getting used to doing it like more professionally and more like And I appreciate, and we appreciate all the comments.
Yes,
Love all the
and
comments.
that's what I was going to
and
also
always
bring up
comment.
about
Feel the
was
need to comment.
bring up about like for you guys the sharing and word of mouth
Yes.
is great. Share it as frequently as you would
Humanly
like
possible.
to. Yes. Go out of your way to do it, to
Don't
share.
Don't think that you're putting us at a disadvantage.
Yes,
'cause
we're fine with it.
we're putting you at a disadvantage.
okay with
for
it.
a good thing.
But we want you guys to be able to grow with us.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Because like we said, like there's this is fun to do. It's not hard to do, and we're excited to grow like or all around this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like this is going to continue, but
Yeah.
like we want to grow, we want to
do more.
yes,
Do
and we
more.
want you guys to be there for that.
For
So
it.
share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with people that you're like
With your family
you
members.
kind of like them.
Here's the thing: if you share it with your enemies, they will
Yes.
go, "Thank you for sharing this amazing podcast," and they won't be your enemy.
And then
anymore.
you guys will be best friends.
exactly.
Oh,
We're
I didn't even
solving
think about that.
problems. I know.
Oh my gosh.
We're solving
You're
issues.
welcome actually for that.
Yes. And don't come fight us because we will win.
Yes. Mostly because of science
In
and
size,
body structure.
unless you're a big person. Then
Yes.
don't.
If you're
don't-
bigger than us, then don't even think about
don't
it.
even think about it because we will call the cops quickly.
And I would say that's the end of the tangent, but mostly we just want you guys to be along for the ride.
And like and subscribe and comment. And yes,
Yes, like and
we
subscribe and
appreciate
comment.
all the views and all the comments and all the likes, and even just not even commenting on YouTube, but just
Greatly
saying
appreciate it.
to us personally, if you know us,
Yes,
it means a lot, and we thank you.
yes, and last thing, follow us on Instagram at the Everyman Guys. I'll start tagging it in the description,
and we will be posting more often.
And we will see you
in the next Everyman Guys.
In the Everyman Guys. That is
see,
the
that's
next
where we're
episode.
getting more professional. We're gonna have to have that
soon. We're gonna soon. I'll always go on the bottom, and you got like the other way right there. Rate the Everyman Guys.
The Everyman Guys.
And now they know. And then when we're really good, like that'll show up right there.
Yeah.
I could probably do it now, but it would just take a lot of time to do it.
We don't have a ton of time.
We don't have a lot of time. See you in the next one.
See you next one.
High five.
Bye.